In this episode, elevate your dining experience with exquisite dishes and ornate decor. Visit an exhibition that turns traditional crafts into works of art. Check out the latest trends in wedding dress design and get that bridal glow from head to toe. And enjoy the rich and invigorating taste of a special type of coffee.
You know, Keith, growing up in Canada, I didn't really get the chance to try a lot of authentic Chinese food. I mean, I could order spare ribs, spring rolls, but these weren't really authentic Chinese food. I guess my Chinese culinary journey really only began after I started living and working in Hong Kong.
Of course, Lena, Hong Kong didn't earn the reputation as a food paradise for nothing. Though we can enjoy almost every cuisine here, Chinese food is my favorite. I love the variety of dishes that Chinese food offer. The taste and cooking style of Chinese dishes vary greatly in different parts of the country. There is just something for every palate.
I completely agree.
When we talk about the most indulgent dining experience, what is the first cuisine that springs to your mind? Being able to enjoy award-winning dishes that are tasty and exquisitely presented in a setting that evokes the cultural grandeur of China, that is the right kind of fine dining experience that will win any discerning diner's approval. Cool and refreshing coconut water is known to be the best thirst quencher for the hot and humid weather in Hong Kong. But when it's double boiled with chicken, the result is a delicious feast starter that rejuvenates your body.
Soup is one of the staples in Chinese cuisine. Whether a drop soup or hot and sour soup, I just love them all. Nothing warms my heart like a bowl of hot soup.
I completely agree. And out of all the different types of soups out there, I think double-boiled soups are one of my favorites. Not only are they extremely flavorful, but they also have a lot of health benefits. For example, this double-boiled chicken soup with fish maw in the whole coconut, you can really taste the essence of every ingredient, and it's delicious.
Soy plays an important role in Chinese cuisine. Tofu, soy sauce, and bean sprouts might be the most popular soy food. But soya bean crumbs is the product you can't miss. With a subtle flavor of soy, the soybean crumbs enhance the taste of the fish. A very clever combination. It is the heart and soul of the chef that change a good dish into a memorable one. Besides managing the kitchen and planning the menus, great chefs always work diligently to ensure the food that they create brings utmost satisfaction to the diners. For those looking for dishes that are visually captivating as well as palate-pleasing, this crab dish is something you can't miss. Many chefs like to cook crabs with a lot of seasonings and spices. But here, the chefs simply steam the crab with minimal seasoning, so the sweet and refreshing taste of the seafood is preserved. The silky texture of egg whites complements the tender and succulent crab meat perfectly. Served with Huadiao wine, this crab dish is verging on too good to be true.
We all know Hong Kong people love seafood. The good news is our land is blessed with abundant supply of fresh seafood. Among all different types of seafood, fish is my all-time favorite. Like the grouper here, the fillet itself is juicy and tender. When it is paired with the soybean crumbs, it's simply refreshing in every bite.
Personally, I like the crab dish more. The egg white is steamed with huadiao, which also elevates the crab's sweetness, and it's very aromatic. It makes the dish very appetizing.
We talk about wok hei in Chinese cooking a lot. The phrase means elusive smoky flavors or aromas. Creating wok hei is a tricky business because the chef has to know how to strike the balance between extremely high heat cooking and not overcooking the food. This wok-fried rice vermicelli definitely carries the wok hei essence, aromatic and flavorful.
Seafood dishes are nice and all, but I don't think that a Chinese meal is perfectly complete without dishes like rice or noodles.
You're right. Like this dish here, it is fried with egg and scallop. So satisfying.
Wow, Keith, you're easily satisfied. We haven't even had dessert yet.
The texture, shape, and makeup composition of Chinese desserts are entirely different from the Western ones. But the degree of tastiness is equal, if not better. Unlike the traditional fried sesame balls filled with lotus or red bean paste, the fried sesame balls here are filled with creamy custard to cater to Hong Kong people's taste. Even though the filling is different, the much-loved chewy yet crunchy texture remains. The baked pineapple pastry here is also irresistible. The jammy pineapple filling encased in the buttery crust will definitely satisfy your sweet tooth. Delicate and refined Chinese dishes are edible works of art. With abundant flavors and exquisite presentation, no wonder the fan base of Chinese cuisine continues to grow.
Talking about the bridal trend of the wedding dress, it has been minimalist for a few years, and currently it has come to a second stage of minimal style. For every bride in the wedding, she is the very special only star in the event, so we expect she will be under the spotlight and the dress will be very special. So when it comes to minimal style, it doesn't mean nothing and no design. Actually, every single element on the dress actually appears for a reason, and that particular elements actually bring out the whole style and the bold style of the bride. There's another trend coming up, that is the combine of wedding dress and evening gown together. And on this particular trend, the wedding dress will come to more romantic, like rustic romantic or refined retro style.
Wedding is a once-in-a-lifetime occasion. Many newlyweds pour their hearts out in preparing for this big day. But for the brides, most of the time is spent on their bridal look.
The bride is usually the spotlight on the wedding day. That's why every bride wants to look divine. As for me, I would be eager to find a piece of garment for the special day.
Wedding gown is of course the highlight, but the veil and the accessories are also very important to complete the perfect bridal look. It's the small details that count.
I think most of the bride will focus more on selecting a nice dress, but a veil is also the key element to complete the total look of a bride and bring out the unique style of every girl. So it's very important for a bride to choose a nice veil also, and think about that. It will be also a nice thing for a bride to pass on this veil to the next generations and daughters. In 2021, that will be two different trends for the hair accessory style. So for contemporary style, we would suggest to have cushion headband matched with a nice veil. If you want to amplify the poetic and romance style, we would suggest you to use the rustic gold veils with maybe a pearl veil and the floral crown. I think each bride, when they pick their own headpieces, it must be matched with their face shape. So for olive shapes, they are lucky to match with every single piece of almost all different kinds of headpiece. But if you maybe have a rounded face, I would suggest you to add some volume on to elongate your face. So cushion headband will be a nice choice. Or if you have a longer face, then you have to strategically use hair clips or hair combs on both sides of your head to add volume on your face. Or if you are a square face, then it's good to have a circlet or halo that distract people's attentions from the jawline to the upper part of your head.
In the past, a veil is just a piece of tulle fabric that complements the wedding dress. But nowadays, a veil has become one of the most important bridal accessories for brides who want to look fashionable.
After trying different bridal gowns and veils, I just realized that a perfect bridal look is not only about the wedding dress, but also veils and accessories.
I think there's something magical about the wedding veil because it has the power to make the wedding party even more romantic. Every time the groom lifts the veil to give the bride a kiss, I find it so heartwarming.
I think the wedding veil adds a touch of romance and glamour to the bridal look, so don't overlook the tiny details in every outfit. It may help reveal your true charm.
After the break, appreciate metal artworks that are both decorative and functional. And check out a herbal remedy that is growing in popularity around the world. Taking in a work of art is not always easy, and the way to appreciate a work of art will differ from person to person. What I love about metal crafts is that not only can I appreciate its art component, but I can also use it in my everyday life. Beautiful and practical at the same time. Hi Penelope, can you tell us the inspiration behind this exhibition?
This exhibition is about metal. We created this exhibition to celebrate traditional crafts work together with contemporary artisans. We've got altogether 6 collaborations between traditional craftsmen and contemporary artisans from Hong Kong, and also 3 individual artisans from Japan. Metal is very close to our lives, and then also metal has a lot of tenacious spirit, so it's perfect for craftsmen to create different kinds of craft work.
In your opinion, why are so many people fascinated by metal crafts?
Metal crafts has always been in our lives. For example, in Hong Kong, we've got galvanized iron gates, and also in Chinese restaurants, especially the older ones, you will see copper teapots, but those many people would not be able to really remember them. Malleability of the metal work can create intricately made different kinds of craft work. So we think it would be a perfect opportunity for the general public to revisit all these wonderful works.
What are the differences between contemporary and traditional metal crafts?
Right. Traditional metalworking makes use of the fact that metal is malleable through different kinds of techniques. For example, carving, hammering, and then also forging, and then all kinds of casting. They create different kinds of metal works. Whereas contemporary metalwork integrates different techniques and also inject with innovative ideas to celebrate traditional and innovative ideas altogether as well.
Now I know you have here crafts from Hong Kong and also Japan. Can you tell us a bit about them?
Japanese craft work has a long history. Usually they are inherited generation to generation, whereas Hong Kong, we are seeking more opportunities for younger artisans to collaborate with traditional craftsmen. So we are here to provide a platform to connect them all together.
Mankind is born with an instinctive desire to design and create things, not only for practical purposes, but also for aesthetic value. Despite the invention of machines, skills like cutting, soldering, bending, and forming can never be replaced. From a super tough metal to a sophisticated piece of art, metal crafts continue to communicate to people and contribute to a positive change. So if I'm keen to know, why did you choose metal as the art medium?
I admire metalsmithing very much because choosing metal as art form, which you can show that how human, they can turn the very hard substance into different forms and shape. These skills requires a lot of training, studies and practice.
Any crafts here you think that visitors shouldn't miss when they come visit?
Visitors shouldn't miss the set of whale. The whale is made from 3 pieces secure wire together. They are made entirely by tin. Tin is a very special metal and it can bring better flavor to the sake. From the set of vessels, they can choose the mother first as a decanter, and then there are two ways to serve to the clients. The first way, you can serve in a more proper manner, more gently, and then when you get to know your friends more well, if you got more tipsy while drinking, then you can serve in the other way, through the mouth. Then you can serve them more freely. And you can also see the details from the little connections that between all these pieces.
Now I know there's a special piece here, which is a collaboration between you and another craftsman, Jimmy Hui. Can you tell us a bit about the collaboration and what did you make?
I especially invited Jimmy Hui to make a teapot, a silver teapot with me together. Making silver teapot is a very traditional art, and making jewelry into the silver teapot is special. You can rarely find silver teapot in Hong Kong. However, I want to link up traditional skills together with some Hong Kong skills. That's the reason I invited Jimmy Hui to work with me together to make this silver piece.
The development of civilization has relied heavily on the discovery of metals. Prehistoric men used metals to build tools and weapons, and later on, metals have also played an essential role in the advancement of arts and crafts, forging the path to today's modern society.
Living in a fast-paced city like Hong Kong, stress and anxiety are pretty common afflictions, but they don't have to be. There are a lot of ways to reduce stress and live a healthy lifestyle, and my friend Firka is here to share some tips with us. Hi Firka, can you share with us what's your definition of a healthy lifestyle?
Sure. My definition of a healthy lifestyle is a body and mind which is in balance. So if your mind is cluttered or your body is tired or undernourished, you're not in a state of good health.
And what are some of your own personal tips for living a healthier life?
I think that a healthy life kind of rests on 4 pillars, so sleep, exercise, nutrition, and then mental. In terms of sleep, I try and get 7 or 8 hours a night. That's quite obvious.
That's good.
In terms of exercise, 4 or 5 times a week if possible.
What do you do for exercise?
Mainly go to the gym, just do some basic bodyweight exercises, and then sometimes high intensity training.
That's good.
Yep, just the legs can't take the long distance running anymore. In terms of nutrition, I think that's really important to go and find high quality, organic where possible foods and eat well. And then mental, I like to practice meditation on a daily basis. I don't always manage to do it first thing in the morning, but it really helps me when I do.
Many people love to grab a cup of coffee on their way to work. Having that first cup of joe in the morning can feel downright magical to a lot of people. Besides the functional benefits of that daily caffeine fix, coffee drinking has also become a lifestyle enjoyment. What's more, many people are reaching for fancier stuff, and gourmet coffee is rising in popularity. Nowadays, some coffee lovers even seek ways to add therapeutic benefits to their beloved beverage.
Simple things like consuming a wider variety of fruits and vegetables, cutting down in salt and sugar intake, getting enough sleep, and cutting down on processed foods are just some of the little things we can incorporate into our lives to live a healthier lifestyle. What are some benefits of CBD?
CBD is a cannabinoid, and it's one of the main compounds found in the hemp flower.
Okay.
And like other compounds found in cannabis, CBD is non-intoxicating.
Okay.
And it can give great benefits to your body and mind in terms of stress, sleep, mood, appetite, etc.
Okay, so it can make you happier and more relaxed?
The 3 main benefits that our customers find from CBD are sleep, pain, and anxiety. And it can really help them maybe get to sleep more easily at the end of a long day. Which obviously in Hong Kong is really challenging given how switched on and high intensity the city is. And it can also help with pain relief, especially when applied on the skin.
Oh, okay.
And then a lot of people find it very useful in the morning before leaving the house to help with stress of being in Hong Kong and working in such a high-paced city.
Definitely, those sound like amazing benefits. After someone visits your cafe, what do you hope they take away from it?
I think the main thing I would like people to walk away from found with is a sense of there being more something like health and wellness than maybe their preconceptions might have in mind. So we like to maybe highlight the fact that there are alternative approaches to a healthier lifestyle. So you can find better health, better mindfulness, better balance, and then hopefully we feel that they can take that lesson forward and also practice better health in all other areas of their life as well.
Okay, thank you, Faircraft.
No worries, thanks.
Everyone has their own recipe to staying healthy. Personally, mine is to have everything in moderation, so that balance of hard work and perseverance is that much more satisfying when you form good habits and then you treat yourself.
And that's all the time we have for this week's episode. If you want to find out more about what we've introduced, remember to log on to our website. Want to know how to live life to the fullest? Just sit back and indulge in the sweet life with us. In the coming weeks, take pleasure in gourmet food from around the world. Explore fun and effective ways to stay healthy and look gorgeous. Keep up with the latest trends in every aspect of life. And connect with inspiring people from different backgrounds. So be sure to tune in again next week.